Welcome to the Mongoose and Baby Python show. I'm Mongoose.
Baby Python.
I know we've been gone for like a little over a month.
We have.
You know what I'm saying? But we back. That's all that matters. Why. We shouldn't explain why.
Alright, we don't explain
why. We're back. That's all that matters.
Yes.
I wanted to do this video earlier, do the Happy New Year thing, but anyway.
Yep, so Happy New Year, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, we ain't do one since Christmas.
You know they kind of put them together.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we ain't doing Christmas episode.
Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. 2020 was a crazy year.
It was.
Crazy year to UFC, MMA, period.
Yeah, man.
You know, with COVID and everything happening. It took the sport a while to get the fights back on, but UFC was pretty much the first one to keep their fights going, and they did great. And check this out. In my opinion, let's start talking about the three best fights.
Let's do it.
Of 2020. The first one, Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus Weili Zhang.
That's my girl.
Weili Zhang.
My girl.
That was a badass fight.
Bro.
Badass fight. That was
wild.
It was, oh man.
They fought to the death, basically. Like,
bruh,
you know the definition of fighting to the death? That was two women who were just.
Joanna's face at the end of that fight.
Yeah.
She oh my god.
Yeah, seriously.
She had a big ass knot.
Wei Zhang.
You couldn't even recognize after that fight. Weili Zhang, bro.
She was throwing straights after straight, and Joanna couldn't really handle it. And Joanna usually has like a Joanna. I'm sorry. Sorry, Joanna.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
You know she normally has like a nice little smooth, like she almost fight like a dude low key. Like some of the men UFC fighters, she has that. Like that head movement, she has that down pat. Like you know what I'm saying? She do all of that. But Weili Zhang came in there. Weili Zhang came in there with these like straight fists. Like it wasn't even like, you see the difference. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like Joanna usually kind of she dipping and moving and throwing stuff. She was just going straights, and Joanna was getting hit everywhere.
Wait, look, to me, Weili Zhang, she like that strawweight division. I don't know who's gonna beat her. I don't know if anybody's gonna beat her.
Cause she got muscle too.
Bro, check this.
She got muscle.
She's I want to say the first Chinese champion.
Yeah.
In UFC history.
And the first Chinese champion in UFC history.
Yeah.
Y'all learned something new today. Write it down. First UFC champion, Chinese champion.
Yeah. And
she's a female.
She is straight badass. Like she got killer hands. Killer hands. Her strength, her power. Her speed is just phenomenal. Yeah. I knew. Look, everybody kept saying, "Oh, Joanna got this." I'm like, man, Weili Zhang got this, man. Like, you know, I knew she had Joanna. I should have put a bet down on that fight.
It's all good. It happens.
But hey, man, she beat the dog. I shouldn't say dog shit, cause I didn't mean to curse.
Here we go.
But she
straight go.
That was a good fight. That was a good fight. That was an awesome fight.
Yeah, it was.
Now, another fight was Justin Gaethje and
that's your boy.
Tony Ferguson, bro.
That's your boy. He about to go off about Justin
Gaethje.
Tony Ferguson,
bro.
That man, I'm sorry, my apologies.
That fight was, oh my God.
It was ruthless. It was very ruthless. Like, my man's went like, the way Tony had to like, I don't know. It's just like Tony wasn't Tony.
Nah, Tony
hasn't been Tony in a while.
Tony was Tony in that fight. I feel like that fight took a big toll on him though.
It did.
That fight it was so brutal.
Yeah, the man looking dizzy.
Hey man, that fight, I never seen Justin Gaethje keep his composure as good as he did in that fight. Because usually Justin Gaethje has bad composure.
Really?
Right, he kind of wobbly, kind of stumbly, you know. But he kept his posture and his composure in the fight, Tony. And that was, man, I'm telling you right now, Tony was like a possessed man in that fight. Yeah, he was not going down. He was not going down. And you saw how Gaethje, how early on the first, I say 2-3 rounds, he was trying to knock Tony's head off. But
that's why I say Tony ain't been Tony, because I feel like most of the time people rush Tony like that, he kind of just waits and hits you with something lethal. But he could never really find the connection for Gaethje. Like, Gaethje was like, it's like he kept missing punches. You feel what I'm saying? It was the weirdest fight.
Check this out. What helped Gaethje in that fight was, I believe it was going into the 4th round. He was in his corner. His coach told him, take some power off those shots. take powers off those shots. He took like, I think he said take 40%. It was some type of percentage. Said take off those punches. Then when Gaethje was doing that, Gaethje wasn't getting us tired. He was getting more hits on with Tony. Yeah. And I was like, man, I made such a big difference in Gaethje's game. Yeah. And
no, it really did. It really did. Now, I know we said Joanna. Actually, I'm not even gonna take that away from them because that was a fight to the death. But these two was like, I feel like we're in the right order. Let's just say that. I feel like we're in the right order. For who I see coming up under them, we're in the right order.
Hey, remember that?
So I would definitely put these.
I don't know if you remember this, but remember that front sweep Tony Ferguson did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit was hard. I never seen nobody do nothing like that in MMA, man.
That's like, Tony though. Yeah. And that's why also like I feel like Tony has not been Tony in a while. He hasn't been Tony. He lost that fight. Against Oliveira. And I was not expecting that at all. Even though he did get tapped out, it was still I didn't think he was gonna lose at all. You know what I'm saying? Tony has not been Tony in a little minute. I went for Tony.
I feel like Tony. No, I feel like that the fight with Gaethje was a fight that messed Tony up. Yeah. I feel like he could have beat Oliveira, but I don't know. I feel like that fight is just put such a toll on Tony, man. I don't think he's gonna be the same.
I agree. I agree. Under them.
Who's the next one?
For number 3.
Oh, Devious Figueretto.
My boy.
Versus Brandon Moreno.
And Brandon Moreno.
That fight was nuts.
And his name Deviousson? I keep calling him
yeah.
Deviousson Figueretto.
Yeah,
I love his name, by the way. And Brandon Moreno.
Man.
2 phenomenal fighters.
I didn't know who was going to win going that.
This is what I'm saying. This is probably one of my favorite ones on this whole top fighter of 2020 or whatever. Because, for one, I love Deviousson. Like, that's my... I'm not even gonna say it, but that's my wigger for life. That's my dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my guy. He can fight. Now, Brandon, my boy too, for sure, without a doubt. Like, Brandon cold with it. But for me, I guess I like him so much. To have them go against each other was a little hard for me to watch. But I knew we was gonna have a good fight. Like, I knew it. Like, they're about the same. Obviously, everybody's the same weight, but they're about the same size, almost the same build. They both from foreign countries, Mexico and Brazil. So you know they born fighters. So you know you had a good fight in your hands. And then when you look at Brandon's face at the end of the shit, he was bloody, looking like Joanna almost.
Did you agree with that draw? I feel like Moreno should have won that one. In my opinion, I know your boy Devious and you want him to win.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. That is my boy, right? He could have won. Possibly should have won. But honest to God, the way they was fighting, that's a respectful draw. The only thing that happened was that Brandon's face was more messed up. But anybody's face can be messed up. He stood up through the whole fight. It's not like he got knocked out at all. Right. They went the full 5 rounds and everything. It's not like he got knocked out. He probably just took more hard hits to the face. That's it. Other than that, Figueretto there was times where Figueretto looked like he was gonna get knocked out. So it's like, that's a respectful draw, honest to God. Simple as that.
Now, out of those 3 fights, which one you should say be our fight of the year?
Our fight of the year? Damn, out of those, I'd probably go with Joanna and Wei Lee. But I had two. I said Joanna or Brandon and Deviousson. That was my 2. But as a for sure pick, Joanna.
To me, it's between Joanna and Wei Lee Zhang. It's between that one and Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson. Just because that fight had me on my toes, and like I was rooting for Justin the whole time.
So you thinking Justin and Tony?
Yeah, I'll pick them.
Okay.
I'll pick that.
I mess with it.
That one.
I mess with it.
Yeah.
I'm going Joanna and Wei Lee. So. That's our fights of the year, our personal fight of the year picks.
Now, fighter of the year.
This is
our
outstanding
opinion,
people in this.
Our opinions. Fighter. I don't know why I shouldn't have put Kevin Holland down.
But he was down on the UFC roster too.
I ain't gonna lie. He had how can I say? He made it up the ladder.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he was on there. He's been on there for a while. So, I would say, out of all these fighters, there was Kevin Holland, It's Devious in it, right?
Yep.
Devious and Figueretto. They got Khabib.
Yeah.
How do you say his last name? Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, Nurmagomedov, man.
And now,
that was
those three.
That's from our opinion.
Okay, from our opinion, got you. So, some of the people are actually on the roster though for Fighter of the Year as far as UFC goes. But for our opinion, out of those three, first of all, let's talk about why we picked those three. Why do we personally?
I like Kevin Holland's rise recently.
I do too.
He a badass. He loves to talk shit, you know, and he backs it up. And especially with the way he knocked out Jacare that last fight. He knocked Jacare out from the ground.
He did.
From the ground, he knocked him out.
Because he was on the ground and he got
the way he did it.
It was like a weird, he was on the ground, but he was getting up and it was like just rock.
And you know, Jacare, he's such a veteran.
Yeah.
And like, you know, people was like, oh man, this is gonna be Kevin Holland. This is gonna be Kevin Holland. It's gonna be a challenge for Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
And like, he passed the test.
He did. He really did.
Yeah, man.
So,
and he's just going up the ranks.
I mess with Kevin for that.
I feel like he can be one of the next ones. He's gonna be one of the next greats.
You can tell even by his interview, he has that hunger, that energy for it.
I mean, he was talking. at one point he was talking mess about Israel.
Israel?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about that. Excuse me.
Yeah. But he still got to prove himself till he get up there.
Yeah, he do. You don't have to.
You know. Yeah.
Now, I would personally say Devious and Figueretto's on the map because the nigga can fight straight up. Excuse the N-word for those who don't like it. He can fight. The man is a dog. When he steps into that ring, he has no friends. You know what I mean? Have you seen his highlights?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
His highlights are vicious. Like, vicious. Like, they're scary. Like, I've never seen a man watch their highlights and was like, oh, I'm not fucking with my dude.
And I think he's probably gonna be the because you know how Mighty Mouse had that flyweight title for the longest.
Mighty Way had it for a long
time. He might have it for a long time too.
I think he will, but I would say he would have to go a little bit harder though, because from the highlights, from what I seen, Brandon. That's why I said it's a respectful draw. Like, but Mighty Mouse was kind of the same way. He used to get he never. I think he won a lot. He never had a respectful draw. But what I'm saying is that Figueretto dang near lost to Brandon almost. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And Brandon, I'm not saying Brandon is soft. I'm not saying Brandon cannot compete with him. But from his highlights, he was just rocking people. Like, y'all go back and look at Devious and Figueretto's highlights. Like, the man is just... people just falling like he's like the baby Mike Tyson or something. So that's why I'm like, if he has that kind of power, nobody in this weight class should really be able to mess with him. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just my pick. So now let's talk about
Khabib. Even though Khabib only had one fight last year, at the same time, it's just like he's 30-0 now.
Yeah, the man's a dog.
30-0. He's
cold with it.
Just undefeated, and he put Gaethje away. What was that? The second round?
Yeah.
He put him away. Yeah, man. So it's like he put him to sleep the second round just with ease, and everybody thought. You know, not everybody, but a lot of people thought Gaethje was gonna be a good challenge for him, but Gaethje, and during that, I don't want to talk too much about that fight, but Gaethje was too afraid to take down to even put his head in the game. You know what I'm saying? He was too.
I remember that fight.
I was like, oh man, this ain't the same Gaethje.
I remember that fight though.
It's all
but think about it. Khabib had so much to fight for that Gaethje had no chance to me. That's why I'm like,
right.
Khabib is he's a legend already.
Right.
Khabib is just a legend to every, like, I don't know.
Right.
You want to take a respectful Russian, a person who's first has Russian pride, can fight his ass off, and then is still a stand-up person. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna say all Russians are like this aggressive, like,
but another thing though, he's a devout Muslim, man.
I think that helps, but still.
So him being a devout Muslim, that shows in his character.
That shows in his character by all means, and that's why I respect the man so much. But it's just, most people, when you think Russian, especially in America, we think, oh, they're a spy, or they're just this big ass wrestler that just wants to walk around and bully everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro. Like, he really, for me, And I think for maybe a lot of Americans, he really showed that Russia isn't this country to where they just shooting people and carrying bricks in the cold and just getting on buses doing nothing, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just wrestling bears all day, like, nigga, what? All these stereotypes they have, like, Khabib's that man. That's all I'm saying. So, out of those three, who are you picking for Fighter of the Year?
I would say Devious Figueretto, but since his last fight came out to a draw, I feel like I can't say that. So, I say Khabib.
Khabib?
Retired, undefeated. Like you said, he had the most to fight for. He put his opponent out of the way in the second round. So I'm like, I know people are going to be like, oh, he only fought once. But I don't care. Because they said they retired. But I feel like with enough money and enough purpose behind it, he could fight GSP.
Who, Khabib?
Yeah.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, man. Because remember, that was his dad's dream fight.
I can see it.
So if Dana,
like you said, with enough money behind it.
They don't really got to toss enough money in front of him. He just got to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
hype it enough.
He had to talk to Khabib. And like I said, it was his dad's dream fight for him to fight Khabib. So Khabib might be like, so Khabib could probably come out of retirement and say, okay, I'll do this fight for father. Like, this last fight for father. You know what I'm saying?
Motion to be easy.
That would be crazy, man. That would be the biggest fight in UFC history if that happens.
Yeah, it would. I ain't gonna lie. It probably would. Yeah, I like that. Now, my pick, I almost did say Khabib, but it's definitely Devious and Figueretto. Figueretto all day. Because, like I said earlier, the man has vicious highlights. You look at his highlights, and then the fact that he has the title, he's going to retain that and hold on to that title for a good while. I don't see nobody really beating him. The person,
if he get a rematch with Moreno,
that's the only person, though. That's literally the only person I can think of. And that's the flyweight division. That's the only person I can think of.
I hope they
Everybody else.
I hope they do that rematch.
I want to see one too.
I'm definitely paying for that.
Everybody wants to see that rematch. Honest to God.
Hell yeah. Okay, now what's your opinion on KO of the year, man?
KO of the year.
Because our list was Joaquin Buckley fighting
Empadu.
Kasanya. Like, I was at work when that fight happened.
Yeah.
So I didn't even watch it. Then somebody told me about the fight. I was like, oh shit. Like, so I went and checked it out. Bruh, when he did that KO, remember that spinning, like, he threw the kick, right? Dude caught his kick. Then Joaquin did like he like jumped back and used his other kick like a jumping back kick. You got me? And everybody was hyping it. And then I remember one of the commentators was like, that's the Mortal Kombat kick. I was like, what the fuck? I never seen a back kick before.
A back kick to the face.
Like, but it was hard though.
It was hard.
Live.
No, it really was. Hard as hell.
Yeah, so I mean that was a highlight of the month for real. Everybody was talking about that.
Joaquin.
Yeah, Joaquin Buckley, yeah. But I'm like, hey, check this out. I don't want to bash Joaquin Buckley, but he lost to Kevin Holland, I think, earlier in the year.
He did?
Yeah.
That was a terrible time to say. Because I was really about to go in on this back kick for real, like, because that back kick was vicious. It was probably one of the coolest things I've seen in the UFC, right? And for him to be fighting this Empadu, who is I've never heard of Empa, Kavane, something like that, right? So when he grabbed his foot, most people, and this is why I say it's one of the coolest things in UFC history to me. Like, yeah, they did hype it. Like, you never seen a back kick to the face when they go. But I think what made it so cool is that he grabbed his foot. And most of the time, anybody, even, like I'm saying, even world-class fighters like Joaquin, you grab somebody's foot, you think, oh, we ain't really got no movement now. You got to do something with that foot, get it off him and fight. He had it in his hand. He didn't hesitate to just turn and knock my man's out. Right. And I think that's what made it so impressive is that he knocked him out.
Spinning back kick.
While his leg was being held. You know what I mean? Right. So basically he was in the air. I mean, whenever you do a back kick, it is usually a spinning back kick like that. Usually you're in the air. But he was already in the air when he decided to. You know what I mean? Like that means he was weightless the whole time. Kicked this man in the face and dropped. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that to me that's lit too. But now what about Cody Garbrandt, bro. And Rafael
Sancho.
Sancho.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know they faces very well.
That knockout was so clean, so cold.
Clean.
Bro,
clean. Cody, that dude.
Bro,
Cody.
Bro, that hook was devastating, bro. I was like...
If y'all get a chance, go back and look at all these. If y'all do nothing else with this video, go back and look at the KOs of the year. That's Joaquin Buckley, and then it'll be a guy named Empadu. You got Cody, and then you got Raphael. Cody, he could have broke this man's whole jaw. Like, I'm dang this surprised he didn't. It was such a clean hit. He did this.
That shit was terrible.
They was here. He was against the cage, not the ropes, right? The dude goes up, starts throwing these punches. When he throws one of the punches, Cody slips it. Bah! Clean right hook. My man's went. It went straight out. But it was so clean that you just like, it took you by surprise. Like, yeah, I can't even explain that, bro. You just gotta watch it and just be like, for real.
Right.
It's wild. Cody, that man. That's all I'm saying.
The last one, KO, we want to talk about was the
which we already talked about.
Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
And Zachary.
Yeah.
I mean that bro, nobody saw that coming.
No.
KO from the bottom.
Especially from the bottom. You on the ground. That's unheard of. I feel like Kevin might be one of those bottom fighters.
Oh man,
he might become a bottom fighter.
He's dangerous though. He's dangerous everywhere. He's lanky, tall, but
that's what makes him so dangerous.
Look, man.
And that's why I think once he gets some more ring experience,
he's gonna be one of them next great. He's gonna be one of them next great fighters. Bro.
Yeah, him and Israel gonna have to go at it because he's lanky, all of that, and for him, all he needs is more mat time, is what we call it, right? We used to wrestle, so more mat time. He needs more mat time. And in this case,
they call it ring time.
No, I was about to say, in this case, it's still a ring, still a cage, more cage time, ring time, whatever.
Yeah, what are we gonna call it? So which knockout you think was a knockout of the year?
Now, honestly, God, to me, it only comes down to Kevin, not Kevin. Oh, definitely not Kevin. No offense to Kevin, but out of the KO of the year, like something that was finessed and was cool, and even just I'm going off of power, the finessation of it, and how it happened. You know what I mean?
I think we're gonna say the same one.
Probably, right? Maybe not. Let's say this. I'm going between Joaquin and Cody, right? For sure. Kevin's out of the picture for me on this. And out of those two, so in this, I'm not really checking a box. I think I know who you're gonna pick, and I'm gonna pick the opposite. So I'm gonna say my pick. It's Joaquin, and it's Joaquin because he held it. Like, I love Taekwondo. It's my first love, first sport, right? He grabbed this man's foot and backkicked him in the face, right? That's lit to me. So that's why I'm going.
I mean, I was gonna say that.
You thinking the same thing?
Yeah, Joaquin Buckley.
Okay, good. I was nervous, like this nigga might pick Cody.
No, I'm not picking Cody.
Okay.
Well, that was a sensational knockout, good knockout, like, you know. But Joaquin Buckley, that was just live.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? So
that was heat. Like, that's something you've never seen in the UFC, right?
Right.
It's something you've never seen in the UFC. Besides Showtime's kick. It was something different. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Don't we got one more category here for this one?
Yep. We talk about Clarissa Shields going into MMA, going into the fight promotion, PFL.
And the reason we say it is just to kind of put this all together, because Jess is about MMA. And she's a boxer, if you know anything about Clarissa Shields.
Pro boxing.
Look her up. She's a boxer, just straight boxer, right? She cold with it though. Now, we talking about her because she's now coming into MMA / which will be the UFC, right?
No, she going into PFL.
PFL first, but with her talent, she's gonna be in the UFC.
Hey, but check this out, bro. The people she training with, she at the Winklejohn Gym.
Where
she gonna be? She training with Holly Holm. She's training with John Jones, people like that. I'm not sure.
She's training with people that are GOATs.
Right.
Like,
and I'm not.
Holly Holmes was the first to beat Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? John Jones is still a fucking GOAT. And that man.
I'm not sure, but I remember Yoel Romero was training there. I'm not sure if he's still training there, but if he's still training there.
If he's still training there.
She got so
many brains. She got too many GOATs there, yeah.
Oh,
she got vets. Like, John Jones is. I know I keep talking about this, and I say this probably every video. I'm so teed at John because John Jones is he was supposed to be the next Anderson Silva. Not saying he still can't be great, because he still is great. He's still good.
Well, you know, there's so much controversy.
There's so much controversy right now, so I'm not going to get into it. But the fact that she's training with this man and Holly Holmes, which to me is good because now you have another female there for you to kind of understand how you deal with fighting and how you deal with, like, just the whole vibe of, like, being a woman in MMA. Right. Is different rather than boxing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now you talking about everything, and you got potential to get hurt anywhere type shit. You know what I mean? But because I know a lot of men are more just like, all right, nigga, it's over. I fought your ass. You know what I mean? Right. It's a little different. Women are kind of more like, I don't really want to fight this girl. They get more emotional about certain things. Now, the good thing is Clarissa is like a boxer. So with her being a boxer first, already has hand power, hand speed, right? Right. First of all, go back and watch her highlights from boxing. Her only toughest fight as a boxer was that tall white girl. And that girl, I don't think she was our only match because the girl was tall. But now that people can grab you and you know so much about boxing, no one's gonna beat her. No one's beating her.
A lot of people are gonna try to take her down.
That's it, because they cannot stand her stand-up game. Like, her hands are so lethal. She already has a nice, like, jab and, like, a nice form to her.
Her takedown defense game gonna have to be on point. It's gonna have to be on point.
Her mental is ridiculous. She's so seasoned, so, like, focused. No one's touching her. She's about to come in and do what Ronda should have did and do it better. Because Ronda was literally just taking females down and armbar in every trip, right? And she had a decent stand-up from, like, 2 fights. But Clarissa already has a stand-up, which you need in the UFC. And she already has hands out this world. Like, she has the speed of Floyd Mayweather and the other greats, like Muhammad, everybody. And she's that good. Like, she's just too good to be a straight boxer. And her footwork and the way she stands already shows me she kind of wants to use those feet. Or at least for a boxer, she wasn't using them like a boxer does. Maybe I'm getting too fight technical here, but her being a boxer and now going to the UFC, I can see how that transition is going to be easy for her. It's not going to be a hard transition. Whereas with some people, it's a hard transition. Right? And so, let me slow it down just a little bit. With her, I can see her coming in there once she learns how to kick a little bit more, and I think that's going to come through John Jones. There's not, without a doubt, she's about to F people up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's about to tear people apart. Because her hands and her mental is so strong. And we all know, if you're a fighter, if anybody's out there who's watching as a fighter, I think most of y'all are, you got to have a mental for it. You got to have a mentality for it. You got to go in there knowing, while we in this ring, you're not my friend. You got to go in there knowing, I'm the best of the best. She got that. And as a woman, that's sometimes difficult to find in some of these female fighters. They sometimes be looking scared, all this other stuff. Even when she fought that tall girl, she didn't look scared at all. I've never seen her really look scared at all. She's faced adversity and faced it. You know what I mean? So it's ridiculous. And then, just her style just tells me she's ready. But if you got anything to say, that's it, bro. I can tell she's so ready. I want people to go back, because I feel like they don't know enough about her. They need to go back and watch those highlights.
She's gonna be a killer. She's gonna be a killer in there. Oh, she's gonna be knocking them up. She's gonna be knocking people out. She's gonna be knocking people out.
They're gonna be scared of her hands, first of all.
I'm telling you. That's why I say her takedown game gotta be on her takedown defense game gotta be on point.
Yeah.
But she got that on point. Nobody's messing with her, bro.
Nobody. You feel me, kid?
I'm telling you right now.
You feel me, kid?
One thing she gotta get used to is some leg kicks, though.
Yeah, that's it.
She gotta get used to leg kicks.
A lot of people who fight and don't do MMA, they learn about them leg kicks real quick.
Leg kicks, bro.
Slow you down like a mother trucker.
Shit, but she got the right people she training with, so everything's gonna be Gucci with her. Everything's gonna be straight. Yeah. But that's it for today. We see y'all next time. Peace.